Today we're working on ratio word problems again. And we need to remember that when we're working with ratios, a lot of times we're asked to either start with a small ratio and work it up to a big actual number, or we're asked to start with a big number and then work to the simplest form ratio. So let's read this one and see what they're asking us to do. In a bag of jelly beans, there are 3 black jelly beans for every 1 green jelly bean. Well, that's the simplest form ratio. I can't get any simpler than 3 black jelly beans for every 1 green jelly bean. And I'm going to draw a picture of that just to make sure. So we'll have black on this side. And my 3 black jelly beans. 1, 2, 3. On the other side, we have our green jelly beans. And we have 1. And under that, I'm going to start writing my ratios in numerical form. So that equals 3 to 1. The next section says, if there are 180 black jelly beans, how many green jelly beans are there? So now I'm going from 3 to 180. And here, and a question mark. So how did I go from 3 to 180? The answer is I multiplied. So 3 times some number is 180. That's one way I could think about it. 3 times some number and fill it in. Do you know what number could go inside this line? 3 times... Maybe you don't know. I don't know. So I have to do the opposite. I'm going to go, this is one way to do it, this way. Or we could go backwards. We could start at 180 and go this way to 3. So I'm going to do it that way. In order to do it that way, I have to do 180 divided by 3. So let's check it. 3 goes into 18 6 times. Subtract, I get 0, 0. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract, I get 0. 60. Does that work? Let's check it. 3 times 60 is 180. Yes. Does it work this way? 180 divided by 60 equals 3? Yes. So 60 is my missing number here. So I multiplied by 60. 3 times 60 equals 180. Well, that's what I'm going to do on this side now. 1 times 60 equals 60. So for my first answer, if there are 180 black jelly beans, how many green jelly beans are there? Now I got it. There are 60 green we'll put JB for jelly bean. I'm running out of space there. 6 green jelly beans. Let me fix that J. That looks better. Now, this question doesn't stop there. It asks another question. If there are 240 total jelly beans, how many are black? Interesting. I think I need to erase this and start again. So I'm going to start all the way back at the beginning here. So if there are 240 total jelly beans, how many are black? Okay, so I'm starting this time with 240 total jelly beans. Jelly beans. Total jelly beans. So I'm making a big bar. How many are black? Well, a couple ways for me to figure this out. Number one, I know that when I look up here, I have 3 black jelly beans for every 1 jelly bean. So when I make that into my bar model again, I have 1, 2, 3 black jelly beans, and I have 1 green jelly bean. So when we talk about this, we want to talk about parts to a whole. So in this one, there are how many different parts? There are 4 parts. So I want to break up 240 into all 4 of these parts. I don't want to divide it by 3. I don't want to divide it by 1. I want to divide it by the total number of parts, because this says total jelly beans. So 240 divided by 4 equals, 4 goes into 24. 6 times. 6 times 24 4 is 24. I subtract, I get 0. Bring down my 0. 4 goes into 0. 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0. I subtract, I get 0. 60. So one of these parts, every single one of these parts equals 60. So I'm going to draw this again. And I get 160 with a box around it. Another 60. Black jelly beans. That's 2 boxes of black jelly beans. 3 boxes of black jelly beans. And now I get my green. My 1 green box of jelly beans. So the question asks me how many are black. Well, my black jelly beans run from here to here. So 60 plus 60 plus 60, or 60 times 3 is 180. So that would be my answer for the last part over here. 180 black jelly beans. Now this time it happened to work out that if you add 60 plus 180, you get 240. It won't always work out that way. You have to do all of the steps here. Good luck with your homework tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.